Okay, here is an original routine that I wanted to share with you. For this, you need 8 random red cards and 8 random black cards. And the spectator is free to choose these cards. Okay? And then just turn each pile face down. Ask the spectator how they would like these stacked. Maybe they want the reds on top. That's just fine. Now, since the cards are very much the opposite of mixed, actually, they're all together by color, I'm just pushing off pairs into a triangle configuration, which is a great way to begin to mix the cards. And then we'll just stack in opposite order. Another great mixing procedure that you may have seen before is the mange over-under or the mange under-over. Either one is great. Okay. In fact, let me just show you how well mixed the cards are getting. We're going to mix them further in just a moment. Okay. In fact, since the two of us saw the cards, why don't we go ahead and mix them face down now, so that if any one of us noted or tried to remember something, that information is going to be gone here. How would you like these stacked? Left on right? Okay. A note to you as the performer, you can deal into 2 piles with random stacking decided by the spectator as the spectator calls for. You can do this several times or just once. We'll do it just once to keep the video from getting too long. Another great mixing procedure is just deal out into 4 piles. Since we have 16 cards here. How would you like these stacked? Top row on the bottom or bottom on top? Bottom on top? Okay. How would you like the pile stacked? Left on right or right on left? Right on left. Okay. You can also do as many of those as the spectator likes with the choices that I just gave you there. Okay. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to deal out the cards into 2 piles, one for you, one for me, just like this. So we'll each have a pile of 8, random cards here. Let me just make sure I'm staying in camera view here and fairly well centered. Okay, and so we'll go ahead, and it's customary to have the opponent go first so you can make the choices to begin the game. Now, this is a matching game. We're hoping to match card colors, if at all possible. Okay. Now, in an effort to randomize the cards each time that we play, we're going to use 2 powerful shuffles. One is the Klondike shuffle, and the other one is one of the most destructive systematic shuffles there is in card magic. It's called the Australian Down Under. Okay. So how it's going to work is, of course, this is your pile, this is mine. We're going to perform 1 Klondike and 1 down under. Okay. Now we can perform 1 on each, or the other order. That'd be fine. We could perform both of those shuffles on, let's say, yours, or both of them on mine. Okay. So since it's your turn, you can decide. Would you like your packet Klondike shuffled and down unders, or do you want to have my packet mixed using one of those shuffles, or maybe even both on mine? What would you like? You want yours Klondiked, okay? In fact, once I teach you how to do this, you could do it yourself, actually. You're taking the top and bottom cards off as 1. It's pretty simple to do, okay? And then you wanted mine down under. So let me just show you how that works. You go down, under, down, down, under, down, down, under, down. Last one goes on top. Okay, so let's just see how your choices have done for you. Were we able, or are we able, to match cards at each level? So let's go ahead and just take a look here. So what's yours? Yours is red. So you're hoping for a red on mine. Oh, you got it. In fact, you even got a diamond. You should be like extra points for that. Okay, what about the next pair? Do they match? See, black. You're hoping for a black. Oh, you got one. Yes. Okay, what about the next one? Oh, another black. You're wanting this black. Oh, you have a perfect matching. 3 out of 3 so far. What about this one here? Oh, it's back to red. That's fine. This needs to be red for you to have that point. Yeah, you got it. 4 for 4. What about this one? Oh, black. Okay, what about mine here? Black. Okay, that's a point for you. Red. You're wanting a red. You got it. You're doing extremely well here. Red. Okay, hopefully this is a black, so you don't get a point. No, it's a red. You win that one as well. And then by elimination, I'm kind of guessing you got 8 out of 8. How in the world did you do that? You got a perfect score. That is absolutely amazing. Okay, well, now it's my turn. I can at least tie you in all of this. So let me think. I have to perform the Klondike on one of these or the Down Under, and I can perform both shuffles on either one. Let's see. Why don't we do the Klondike and the Down Under on mine? Okay. So we'll see how that works for me. So I'll do a Klondike. You just take the top and bottom cards off as one, okay, as pairs. And then the Down Under as well is what I said, right? So I'm hoping that this will bring me equally good luck since you were extremely lucky. Okay, let's take a look here. So my card color is black. I'm hoping yours is black, and it isn't. Okay, that's at best I can do 7 out of 8 now, I guess. Okay, what about mine? Mine's red. I'm wanting red here. Didn't get it. That's 0 for 2. A red. I'm wanting red. Didn't get it. What in the world is going on here? Black. I want black. Oh, no, I got a red. I can't believe this. I've got to be the most unlucky person. Wanting red. I got a black again. Golly, am I going to get any of these? Okay, surely this one's black. It isn't. It's red. Okay, I've got to get something here. It's looking like I'm going to not get anything. That is crazy. Okay, very good or very bad there. Okay. Okay, so at this point, let me just point out to you that you can do as many rounds of this as you like. Okay, so the spectator would go next. They would decide if they should Klondike and or Down Under their pile, or if you should do it here, or split up the shuffles in some way between our two. And they can make whatever choices they like, okay? So you can play this for as many rounds as you like, but let me just let you know what will happen despite the choices that you make and the choices that I make, okay? No matter what choices we make, you will always win this matching game, and I will always lose. And it wouldn't even matter if we like switch piles and then did the mixing. You will always come out on top, and I will always come out on bottom there. Okay, so try this out for yourself. It works as advertised here. And the reason it works is because the original packet that we set up, and I displayed it, is a Quasi-Bessey sequence of order 16, and I will add links in the description below to Bessey sequences and Quasi-Bessey sequences, as well as a whole list of applications of these remarkable packet structures. But that initial packet had that organization that we call a Quasi-Bessey sequence, and then I just left-right dealt those, and then each of those will be, quote, a Bessey sequence of order 8, but they will be the inversion of one another. So in other words, at the very start, before we did the Klondike and the Down Under, all of those cards at every level will not match, okay? But I had you go first, and that's part of the secret. Whoever goes first will always win, and whoever goes second will always lose. So you can decide ahead of time if you want to be the loser and play the martyr, right, kind of like I did, or if you want the spectator to lose and you win every time. Okay, that may not be popular for some people, but you could choose that if you wanted. Or what's really nice is if you have two spectators. This is where it gets really fun. So you have spectator A, spectator B making independent choices for their individual piles. And then whoever of those two goes first is guaranteed to win. Okay? And then that way you're not making any choices as performer. You're sitting back and allowing both of these people to choose as they please, but it's going to come out in a predetermined way. Okay? And so once we had, in fact, right now, these packets, let me just show you. Right now, these packets are Bessey sequences of order 8, okay? And at the moment, they're, quote, out of sync. So as you can see, it's red, black, black, red, black, red, red, black, and then the inversion here for the other packet What's making this work as a game is the fact that, number one, the Klondike Shuffle preserves the Bessey sequence organization. So this will still have a red on top and a black on bottom after a Klondike, and this will still have a black on top or a red on bottom after a Klondike. So it doesn't change the color distribution of either one. But the down under switches the reds for the blacks. Okay, so if it's your turn next, which it would be, the moment you perform a down under on either one of these, it brings them in sync relative to colors at each level. So the down under on this one will now finish with a black on top, 2 red, and so forth. And that black on top is going to match that black. The next card will be red, matching that one, and so forth. Okay? And you can actually test that for yourself by having the cards face up. So that's part of the secret there. We're using Quasi-Bessey sequences and Bessey sequences to pull this off, where the spectator is given complete freedom in how things are being mixed, actually, and which piles are being mixed. Okay? So if you're interested in learning more about these remarkable packet organizations, take a look at the links below. And I appreciate you watching and encourage you to take a look at other videos on the Absolute Math Magic channel.